Article update. Medical professional among 3 charged in multimillion-dollar financial fraud probe. Kingston, Jamaica. The major organized crime and anti-corruption agency MOCA has confirmed that a prominent medical doctor is among 3 individuals officially charged following a high-stakes investigation into a sophisticated fraud scheme. The operation, which has been on the agency's radar for nearly 2 years, involves the alleged fleecing of hundreds of millions of dollars from several local financial institutions. The charges follow a series of coordinated, pre-dawn raids conducted between January 13th and 16th, 2026, across the parishes of Kingston, St. James, and St. Catherine. The key details. According to MOCA's Director of Communications, Major Basil Jarrett, the scheme was elaborate and highly unique, utilizing advanced methods to bypass the security protocols of multiple banks. The suspects, a 44-year-old male medical doctor and 2 women, aged 37 and 40. The timeline. Investigators believe the fraudulent activities occurred primarily between January 2023 and April 2024. The charges. The trio faces multiple counts under the following acts: Proceeds of Crime Act, POCA, Forgery Act, Law Reform, Fraudulent Transaction, Special Provisions, Act. MOCA's breakthrough. The agency describes the arrests as a major breakthrough in dismantling a network that has caused significant tremors within the Jamaican financial sector. While the names of the financial institutions have not been fully disclosed to protect ongoing investigations, MOCA has indicated that the level of sophistication suggests an inside understanding of banking operations. This case represents a very complex web of financial deception. Our agents have worked tirelessly for 2 years to connect the digital and physical evidence required to bring these charges, said Major Jarrett. Context. A growing trend of white-collar crime. This latest update comes amid a surge in financial crimes in Jamaica. Recent data from the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Staten, noted over 88,000 incidents of bank and consumer fraud reported in the previous year alone. MOCA is currently investigating whether this specific syndicate has ties to other ongoing phishing and smishing, SMS phishing, cases that have recently cost victims over $80 million. Next steps for the accused. The 3 individuals are currently in custody. The 3 were nabbed following a series of coordinated operations across several parishes between January 13th and 16th. 30-year-old Chloe Duet, a medical doctor of Cherry Gardens, Kingston, is charged with uttering forged documents, demanding property on forged documents, conspiracy to defraud and failure to safely store a firearm. 29-year-old Ivana Campbell, an executive assistant of Portmore St. Catherine, and 44-year-old Dwayne Pitter, of Olympic Gardens, Kingston, are charged with breaches of the Proceeds of Crime Act, the Larceny Act, the Forgery Act, the Law Reform, Fraudulent Transactions, Special Provisions, Act, as well as conspiracy to defraud at common law, and are expected to appear before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court later this week. MOCA has hinted that more arrests may be forthcoming as they continue to trace the money trail of the hundreds of millions stolen. Director of Communications at MOCA, Major Basil Jarrett, speaks about the investigation, what has been found so far.
Given that the investigation is ongoing, it is far too early to say just what the final defrauded figure will be. What I can say, however, is that this certainly ranks among the most elaborate, most sophisticated, and most extensive fraud schemes we've ever seen, involving unprecedented levels of identity manipulation. The scale is not just about the dollar value, but the level of planning, identity manipulation, and coordination involved. The scale and uniqueness of this case highlights exactly why MOCA has invested so heavily in its financial intelligence and investigative capabilities over the years. MOCA was able to identify the pattern through sustained financial intelligence and collaboration with our FID, CTOC, and JSAFE partners. That's what ultimately led to the breakthrough in the case and to the arrests and charges that we've announced. Financial fraud, especially in this digital age, is a constantly evolving threat. And so what this case demonstrates is that law enforcement is actively identifying and dismantling these schemes, even as the perpetrators come up with new and innovating techniques every day. The key to detecting and deterring these threats is the continued support and partnership of our financial institutions, who in this regard have been extremely helpful and enthusiastic. Their involvement and partnership has not only helped us to make this breakthrough, but will also help us to help them strengthen their own internal systems going forward.